You mentioned that you wanted to put an album out quite a while ago. So did songs from that period, did you take them to what you're doing now?
No,
Okay.
I didn't actually. There's nothing there were things that I wish would have been on that record,
Okay.
but they just, that's the sad thing is that like those kind of songs get like, they just get thrown out sometimes.
Sure.
It's like it's a shame that like if a song doesn't make a record at that time, it might never come out. I mean, I think that's why people, release things later on. Like you'll always see like some like, big artists that'll like be like, oh yeah, there were all these songs like that I had that didn't see the light of day. I'm gonna put out a record of them, and people are like, what the hell?
Do you remember one track you would love to have put out?
Oh yeah, I had this song called "Fighting with Myself," which was a song that was kind of like I feel like it's almost like a precursor to "Lost on You" in a way. And I feel like when that song got cut, and I didn't want it to get cut, it just didn't. It was like it didn't get produced right, and then the producer I was working with didn't want to put it on the record because he just didn't like the version. But I just felt like when that song left the building, it changed the landscape of the record. Like that's the thing. It's just like a sensitive process, and sometimes if you like lose certain songs and gain certain songs, it changes the whole tone of what's going on. And I was sad to lose a couple of those songs.
And to go back to the songwriting, because well, like you say, you moved to LA, and you also did a lot of songwriting for other people. Was that a difficult thing to do, to see your songs go to somewhere else?
No, I enjoy that.
Okay.
And I, if I want to keep a song, I keep a song.
Okay.
I mean, I don't need anyone's permission to do that. Even though people do like kind of like they will fight me on it or whatever, and sometimes you never know. Like sometimes I'll have a co-writer, that wants to, like, if it's getting pitched to someone huge, I'm like, no, I mean, I get it. You have kids. Like, fuck it. Sorry. Yeah, I'll just go spend it on booze.
But when you write these songs for the people, are they then, do they come to you and say, can you write a song in this and this style for this and this person, or do you just write songs and then they can?
Yeah, I write songs, I give them my publisher, I give them my manager, label. It just depends. Because I've written songs already for people, like, I think people like kind of like go through my stuff, whether I want them to or not. But yeah.
Okay. And well, you mentioned fits and intentions and then being inspired to sing. And then was this around the same time, because you did a lot of writing for other people, but then you started kind of recording your own music. Was this around that time?
No, it was earlier. It was definitely earlier. It was like I think like 2 years before that happened. I just like I just meant that as an example of like wanting to sing. But like there were like there were a couple of shows, and I thought I started singing again, thinking, it'll just be nice as a break from my writing, like invite my writer friends down and they can sing some songs or whatever. And so I started doing it like that, and then I started playing the ukulele completely for my own enjoyment, and I enjoyed it so much that like I started making these little like bedroom melodies, whistly songs with it, and then I started, I don't know, just like I was inspired, and then I wrote like Into the Wild and Someday and Tokyo Sunrise. It was just like it was something that just like kind of happened, and because I had just gotten new management, and they were like, they picked me up as a writer, but they were like, I really feel like you should keep singing and maybe like do your artist thing again.
Is this something you wanted? Did you miss singing?
I'll be honest with you, I still was singing all the time because of writing and needing to sing the demo. But I didn't miss it yet. I suspect I would have. I think if I didn't go for it, and there was like, if I got burnt writing, I'd have been like, man, I wish I would have gone back to it, and maybe I just would have, whenever I thought that. I was in the major label system for like 3 years, 2006 to 2009, and I had been touring a bunch before that, for like 3 or 4 years before that, and then so from literally 2006 until like 2011, I didn't. I did 2 shows maybe in 2008, I think. I didn't miss it. I was like, you know, I was happy to be making a living in music, you know, and that was the thing. Like, you know, that has been going on since my first major label deal, just from like, you know, from writing so much and from advances and stuff. And I was just like, cool. You know, I was really like, you know, I was one of the only people I knew in my whole circle of coming up in New York. I didn't know anybody that was doing that. So I think, you know, I was like, all right, you know, it's doing good.
So it's fine, yeah.
But, you know, you're always, you know, there's always room for improvement, and I feel very, very blessed, very lucky that it came back around, and I'm really grateful for it now. Like, I can see where I would have missed it, yes.
And you mentioned the ukulele influence around that period, and that was around Forever For Now, and it had an influence on that record. And then, so now for Death Valley and the next record, what is kind of shaping the sound? I
mean, I think more of the same. There's some like, there's some good stuff on the new record. I'm excited. There's a couple things that I wrote like around in the same time as you know, Lost on You and Muddy Waters, and there's some new stuff that I haven't even started to play with the band yet, and yeah, it's like it's just moving more through my life, you know, just moving along.
Do you have an album title yet, or?
I don't.
Okay.
In fact, now you just like, you made me think about it. I was like, oh fuck, I need an album title.
I think you want to release in early 2017. Right?
Yeah, very early. Yeah.
And final question then, the Muddy Waters song, and I came across an episode of Oranges.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of that show. Okay. I haven't finished that season yet. Okay. So you know, spoiler alert, everyone's spoiled it. It's completely spoiled. Completely spoiled. I'm gonna spit. Yeah. But yeah, it's the cat is out of the bag. But I'm excited to see it. And yeah, it's like, it's getting exposed to like, I think like a lot more people than it would have, and that's amazing. I mean, you know, any television placement is always a really nice thing, and it's super cool that that it's such a heavy, deep scene for a lot of people that watch the show, and it's been like resonating with them, and I'm psyched to see it when I finally see it.
And what you say is right. I think in Israel the music is doing well.
Yeah, we're number one.
A lot of YouTube comments are in Turkish, and so it's
in Turkey too.
So even though we talked about this earlier, where people connect with the music, but then people all over the world are connecting with it. So what is that like? That even in places you might never have been.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I was laughing because it was like, oh, it must be that the lyrics suck. So like if people just like don't speak the language, then they get it. They love it. I don't know. Who knows? No, I think they could hear and relate to the emotion, and if they don't speak English, and you know. A lot of Europe is way ahead of the curve because a lot of people speak 2 languages, which is a wonderful thing. And I don't know. I think it's emotion that people resonate with, and I'm, you know, I'm really glad that that it got the chance to get out there, because you know sometimes it does not get the chance, and it's a difficult one. So the fact that I get to share it with people is the best.
All right, I think that's a good ending. Thank you very much.
Thank
for your
you.
time.
Thank you.